Okay, we are live. All right, so we are going to be discussing the whole Chud the Builder situation that everybody has been talking about for the longest. If you disagree, you can feel free to comment on the live. And then if you want to be part of the live, you can always feel free to join the live. This is my first debut on here. This is my first debut on X. Okay. And so I think it serves a very, very important stream here on X. I feel proud of myself that we are making it to X. In fact, I should go live on YouTube as well. But I have a few videos that I want to play. And this actually is very interesting because it depends on whichever side somebody leans. It just seems to be two opposing sides. Some people believe, Chud the Builder is right in his own right, and some people believe he just needs to be condemned and go to hell, be locked up behind the bars, and serve like 60 years in prison. So whichever way somebody leans, it's like there is no middle ground. So where do you fall in this? What category are you in? What category are you in? X is very toxic, very, very toxic. White people, most white people that I've seen, there is some white people who are like in the middle saying no nonsense at all. They just say, he was a scumbag, he was trash, he was whatever. And then black people on the other end are just like, yeah, screw this guy. Okay, lock him up and throw away the keys. And then some other white people are like, well, this is an attack on white people. This is, an attack on whites, whatever. So people seem to be split. Okay, white people finally standing up for their own kind. Black people very outraged. So where do you fall in this? Where do you fall? Let me play this video first. Some very interesting takes. And there is always room for learning. That's the thing. If you want to have biased opinions, seeming to be the one guy, the person seems to be like all-knowing, everything. Yeah, that's very problematic. Okay, you need to have room for improvement, criticism, error, and be able to admit when you go wrong. You need to be open to learning. But it just doesn't seem to be the case on X. We are always arguing, fighting. It's like, I know more than you. If you don't agree with me, you are stupid. You're a scumbag. You are the bottom of the earth. Like, what are we doing? So, anyways, however somebody wants to express themselves, it is what it is. So let me play this clip first.
This affidavit of complaint from the police, sworn under oath. And so what I'm looking for is, what are the facts in this affidavit? One, that are consistent with the crimes charged and inconsistent with innocence of those crimes, just on their merits. Have you met the legal elements of the crime? Are there facts being offered here to support the criminal charge? And two, was there evidence of a racial slur, the kind of provocation that could lose Dalton self-defense? And three, is there evidence that Dalton was the initial aggressor in this confrontation? Those are the big vulnerabilities to Dalton and Ethan Lee's legal defense. Provocation, initial aggressor, and of course, in addition to overcoming self-defense, the state simply has to prove the crimes beyond a reasonable doubt, each and every element of the criminal charges against Dalton. And that's what I'm looking for in this affidavit of complaint.
Mm-hmm.
And I was shocked when I read it, because literally none of that is in the affidavit of complaint. There's not a word about any of that. There's not a word about a racial slur. There's nothing that explicitly says Dalton was the initial aggressor. Much like the video, of course, people look at this affidavit and they seem to
let me actually
they interpret the words in the way that's most favorable to how they feel about this confrontation and this shooting. But when you look at this affidavit,
Let me post the link.
there's no explicit
All right.
statement that Dalton Etherly was the initial aggressor in this confrontation. None. And in fact, there's nothing in the affidavit that's inconsistent with Dalton Etherly simply not being guilty of these crimes, completely independent of self-defense. How could I put it? The main criticism you'll hear of my take on this affidavit of complaint is that it's just an affidavit of complaint. The burden here is for the police to demonstrate that they have probable cause to bring charges, not to prove Dalton guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. That's not what their obligation is to do here. Later, at trial, of course, they need to prove him guilty beyond a reasonable doubt and disprove self-defense beyond any reasonable doubt. But here in this charging document, they just need to have probable cause, and probable cause is an extremely low burden. I don't think it's this low. I don't think this affidavit even shows probable cause, but probable cause is such a low burden that judges will sign off on basically anything and say it satisfies probable cause. Let's pretend this affidavit meets that standard and establishes probable cause. Well, that's reason to arrest. That's reason to put this before a grand jury or get an information. However, Tennessee does that to get Dalton Etherly into trial. But I don't really care about probable cause because I know it's a low standard. I know it's always met. There was never any question that some judge was going to approve probable cause here if the prosecutor wanted it, and clearly the prosecutor does. That's not the question. That really leads to arrest in the trial. The real lead question here is, will Dalton Etherly spend 60 years in a cage? Will he be found guilty? Will he be convicted on illegal merits beyond any reasonable doubt? That's what I care about. So what I'm looking for is facts that support that proof of guilt beyond a reasonable doubt, that disprove self-defense beyond a reasonable doubt. And I don't believe that if the prosecution had evidence to support those arguments, that they would leave him out of this affidavit. That doesn't make any sense to me. I simply don't believe it. Now, it's possible that later they would say, oh yeah, we had that evidence all along. We had evidence of a racial slur. We had evidence that he was the initial aggressor. We forgot. We didn't bother. We didn't think it should be in the affidavit of complaint. I guess that could happen. But I don't believe it. I don't believe it. I believe if the state had evidence that Dalton Etherly was hurling racial slurs at Joshua Fox, and that's what provoked this violent confrontation, that would be in the affidavit of complaint. If they had.
Okay. So, well, that's his take. And now here's the thing. I am no way, shape, or form a legal expert. So that's just this is why I am spending so much time doing research, so that if I'm making commentary, I'm not making commentary based on the assumption of anything. So you look up the Tennessee laws, you look up, you know what I mean? And here's one thing which kills me before I get back to what he was talking about. I know people will bring in comparisons, for instance, with what happened with Carmelo Anthony stabbing a fellow student on a racetrack, right? At the, was it a racetrack? Or whatever they had, football game going on, whatever, he stabbed another student. And rightfully so, he needs to rot in jail. Or prison. He needs to rot in prison, right? He needs to rot in prison. But that case happened in Texas. So for people to start bringing in that case and say, oh, you having a whole like X meltdown, they're taking away rights of white people. This is an attack on whites. Because look at what happened to Carmelo Anthony. They gave him a $200,000 bond. And then look at what's going on with Chud the Builder. First of all, let's be honest. Let's state the obvious. Look at the facts. There's a big difference. What Chud the Builder was doing, going around every single day, whether you like it or not, it is factual. Okay, he was going around antagonizing people, looking for clout on streams. He talked about he was going to blow some people's brains out. He also tweeted to say, what did he say? He said how it's going to end, right? He tweeted how it's going to end. It's the grand finale was always going to be a chimp on the ground, right? Let's just be honest. These are things that he said. Now, with all that taken into consideration, is Chud the Builder supposed to come out, be able to bond out? That's sort of for me to decide. That's up to the judge. Let's also not forget that he was just out on bail when he was acting a fool, whether they lied on him or not at the restaurant. The point of the fact is he was arrested, he went to jail, and he bonded out. And then he went, and then there was another crime, well, suspected of a crime that was committed. Well, you're not supposed to do that when you're out on bail. Like, you're just not supposed to at all. So, with those things taken into consideration, when the judge is looking at you to say, well, you know what, you kind of look like a risk, like a high risk to the community. Like, I just don't know if we can trust you enough to put you out there, because look at, you literally was out there being a menace to society. You get kicked out of a restaurant you don't want to pay, and we send you out there, and then all of a sudden, just a few days later, you are shooting people. Now, whether it's in an act of self-defense, which has to be proved, or it was just like him trying to inflict death on someone, one wants to kill someone, like that has to be proven, right? So under those circumstances, the judge is also looking at those things. The prosecutor is going to bring that to the judge and say, well, look at this person, look at their record, look at what they've been saying, and look at what they just did. This doesn't seem like a person that we need to have out in the community to mingle with people out in society. Now, when the judge begins to impose like the gag order, to me, that looks like definitely he is about to bond out. So I know people are talking about, well, he can't use the money that he has raised or whatever. Like, okay, I get that. But somebody can bail him out. So they impose a gag order so that he can't go out there and start talking about anything on social media, right? Giving me a little bit of like, shut up, take your time, go in time out. So this is essentially what the judge is saying. It's like, you need to go in time out, you need to go sit down, you need to reflect. We don't need to hear any more of your nonsense. Now, is that an infringement on somebody's freedom of speech? This is where you and I need to figure this out. Are they taking away his right to express himself at that point? Because talking is exactly what brought him to this point, because he has the freedom of speech. That's exactly why he is in this situation. And so now, is the judge doing the right thing by putting a gag order on him to say, well, you can't be speaking out because you're causing more trouble? There's also the issue of fighting words. Like, if you are going and being an aggressor, always with the camera up in people's faces, antagonizing people, looking for a reaction, I just don't know how you are not considered a menace to society. There is just you can say it's freedom of speech, but are you? I don't even know. Like, I don't know. I would like to have somebody come up here. I've put the link in the video. Excuse me. I put the link in the video, and if you guys feel anyway different, you can always feel free to join the live. Okay. Like I said, I am always open to learning. I'm always open to listening to people's different opinions so that I can figure out, am I wrong? Am I right? Are we both wrong? Are we all right? I don't know. Okay. I'm not a legal expert. All I do is read. I'll watch from other people, and I'm always open to being wrong and be corrected. But what I don't like is people just talking outside of your neck when you're just ignorant and don't know what you're talking about. That part I don't like. If you're going to argue, use some form of like facts. Okay, look up the laws, read something. Don't just be talking or just arguing to argue and not adding on to like the conversation. So here's another video that I would like to play here. This guy, Jake Lang. Okay, this one really cracks me up. Man, this one cracks me up. Let's play this video.
All right, for the record, Mr. Ethley is now in the courtroom with.
Your justice.
All right, take him into custody. Take him into custody. I told you, sir, you did not have a speaking role today. You decided that you wanted one for whatever reason. I don't know why, but take him into custody.
Okay, this is just.
However, anybody on that side of the bar does not have a speaking role in any of these proceedings today. There's not going to be any hoopla or shenanigans from the gallery. You're going to be removed, and I'll talk about that in a second.
Reasonable to have a gag order on the defendant should he make on, and I guess even while he's in the jail and has his iPad or whatever, he cannot flash.
Okay, first of all, before we just keep going, when you go in a courtroom, there is decorum. Like there is supposed to be order in court. The judge is the only person who has the rights and will give rights for somebody to speak, right? They'll give you time. If you are there just to sit in and listen to the case, unless you are a defender or a prosecutor, like you need to be quiet. It's not your turn to speak. You don't rule the courtroom. That's just like outright disrespectful. If you value freedom of speech, then that tells me that you value laws, right? And if you're going to step to somebody else's room, why would you want to defile that room? Why would you want to position yourself in some form of like supremacy, like hierarchy, to show people that I am that guy, I am that dude. This is why these people don't understand the mentality they have, the entitlement they have. They feel like they can just walk in any room and make up rules and walk on everybody else's, step on everybody else's toes, step on everybody else's heads, just step on people, get their way. Why? Simply because Jake believes he's white and he can just do that anywhere he just shows up to because he's entitled. And, you know, people like that, it's just like, daddy just never gave him any type of discipline. Daddy didn't discipline him enough. They just didn't get any discipline from daddy. So they just entitled, just walk around, do anything. And when it's time for some sort of accountability, they all of a sudden claim to be the victims. They start crying. Oh, look at me, poor me. Oh no, look at what they're doing to me. Jake, really? Like, really, Jake? Like, what are we doing? You're supposed to be quiet. You're supposed to be a good citizen, a good patriot, a good American. That's what you're supposed to do. It sucks that a foreigner has to tell you that you're supposed to be a very good American. Respect the law. Okay? Just respect. That's it. That's all you had to do. Just be there, be quiet. But no. Because I have freedom of speech, I can't be quiet in a courtroom. I have to speak. I need to get attention. I need to draw attention. Yeah, just attention. It's a drug. It's a drug. Attention. It's just a drug, and they have to get the high because he knew he was gonna make news. He knew everybody was gonna start talking about him, of course, right? And they're gonna call themselves activists. Like, what are you doing? Activists against what? For a person like a Jake, Remember, whenever he went to New York, I need to find that. But let me finish playing this video. I need to find that New York protest where Jake went, and it just didn't go out like he thought it was gonna, like he thought it was gonna be. We'll get to that here in just a second. But let's play this.
Post or anything that indirectly or directly encompasses these offenses.
That's a $1 million bond with the following conditions: no weapons, GPS monitor. There will be a gag order for Mr. Etherly regarding social media live streaming about the facts or the parties involved in this case. That's
Okay. So you want me to believe that a white man is taking away the rights of another white man. So that judge right there, if anybody's being racist, so the white man, the white judge is being racist towards another white man, Dalton Etherly. Okay. I'll take that. So at this point, white people, you need to fix like yours mess. I'm just saying. If this is what you're saying it's got into, then you need to fix your mess. Okay. I'm liking people's comments and content around this. It's just interesting to me to see where everybody stands. Just to see where everybody stands. Let me pull up this video of well, actually the photos of Jake Lang. He went out outside. Okay. Outside the courtroom, and he was out there protesting, boy. I don't know, like, I don't even know if you call this a protest or something.
You're outside Chud the Builder's courthouse right now. The fate of the future of white civilization is here. Will we allow the court system to weaponize against us, to give us two-tiered treatment, or will we...
I can't take this serious. I just can't. Let me rewind this. I can't take this seriously. There's just no way. This is very like you need to be on Broadway in New York, but unfortunately they ran him off. They ran him off out of New York. He can't do Broadway anymore. It's like very performative, very theatrical. Like, what is the fate of white civilization? What are you talking about?
You're outside Chud the Builder's courthouse right now. The fate of the future of white civilization is here. Will we allow the court system to weaponize against us, to give us two-tiered treatment, or will we stand up as heritage Americans for Chud the Builder, who's been given a raw deal? He will wait in prison for the next few months until his court case, unless we bond him out. But the problem is the bond has been set at $1.25 million.
How is that a problem? You just listen, you have a $1.25 million problem that you just have to solve. How is that a problem? I don't see anything wrong with that. Jake, you expect people to commit crimes and then just walk free like consequences? No, you have a $1.2 million consequence that you just have to solve. I mean, it just needs to be solved, right? What are we talking about? Civilization. Like, who's stopping you from like being civilized as white people? Nobody's stopping white people from being civilized or white people from doing anything. White people literally control like majority of America. So who's stopping white people from doing? White people got more money than anybody in America. Well, maybe China, like Asians, but you get the point. No one is stopping white people from doing anything. What is he talking about? What is he has this stance like Trump. The fate of white people's civilization is behind this courthouse, and if we don't do anything, the problem is the bond has been set to $1.2 million. We need to get. Oh man, I'm telling you, these people are hilarious. Like, Hilarious.
It's unprecedented for an attempted murder charge, which was self-defense. This is two-tier justice. We have to stand against it. Come here, Clarksville, 9 a.m. You're outside.
Yeah, you did stand against it and got you arrested. So, in Chud's own words, he was chimping out in court. He went to chimp out in court and got him arrested, which didn't end up so good. So, anyways, here's another moron. Here's another moron here. Oh, you know what? Actually, I think I dropped a comment under Jake's video to remind him a little bit. You know what? Let me pull this up. Let me pull this back up. Just 1 second, because I did drop a comment. Do you guys remember? Do you guys remember this? When Jake went to New York to protest, and then he was saved by a black man. And I'm using the word saved not very lightly, and I mean saved. Like a black man rescued him. He rescued him. A black man did. I just want to make that so that you guys can see. Okay. It's not about me, it's about Jake. A black man rescued him. I mean, they were hammering him down. I mean, dude looked like he was about done. I'm just saying, dude was finished. Like he was finishedly done. Okay. And by the way, guys, if you want to join onto the live, I dropped the link to the stream here. So if you want to come here and offer your take, just feel free. Join onto the live. Click on the link in the description there, or in the comment section. You can come and debate. You can come and agree. You can come and disagree. Whatever you want. You can come and call me the N-word. I don't care. I'm over here to have conversations. We'll be having conversations almost every single day on here. Okay, so you like it. If you don't like it, you can beat it. It is what it is. Because we got freedom of speech, right? Yeah, we got freedom of speech. Tomorrow I'll be playing a video from Thomas Massey. I was at the Thomas Massey rally before he lost the elections. A huge disappointment, by the way. A huge disappointment. I was very disappointed that he lost. That's more important than us discussing Chud the Builder. But you know what? It's a hot topic, so we still have to talk about it. But anyways, I will be playing the video tomorrow from his rally. I think it was very good takes, even though it sucks that he's not contesting the election. Like to have a recount, he put out a tweet that he won't be doing that. I'm like, I don't know why, because the evidence that some people are pointing out, 10,000 votes that he needed, Ed needed to win the election, somehow magically found 10,000 votes. And I've been doing some auditing to see where the money was spent. Some strategists that were hired from Ed's camp. Yeah, that raised some eyebrows for sure. So anyways, let's keep going. Yeah, it looks like it went really well for the one dude. What's his name again? I can't even remember these people. Jake. Yeah, Jake. It just looked like it went well for him. He got arrested, and I'm looking for the video from Myron, because Myron, for some reason, turned into, instead of Myron, into a moron. Like, these people are just crazy. They just say anything. They literally just say anything. 1 minute they say one thing, and then the second minute they just say another thing. It's just like, so what do you really stand on? Can you stand on one thing? Like, can you actually be the red pill dude that you claim to be? If you are a red pill dude, then just stand on business. Don't be a sour. Okay, let me play this Myron video where he claims that words should not be used to harm people.
You're account for that.
Murtad, all these other bitch ass shit that if they had told me this shit in person, I'll fucking punch them. Call me Murtad to my face, I'll fucking knock you out. Talking about haram this, haram that. You're a cop for that. Murtad, all these other bitch ass shit that if they had told me this shit in person, I'll fucking punch them. Call me Murtad to my face, I'll fucking knock you out. Extremely disrespectful shit. That they would never fucking say to me in person, ever. Because they know that it would be a warrant to knock them out right then and there. Talking about haram this, haram that. You're a cop for that. Murtad, all these other bitch ass shit that if they had told me this shit in person, I'll fucking punch them. Call me Murtad to my face, I'll fucking knock you out.
Okay.
Extremely disrespectful shit.
Yeah.
That they would never fucking say to me in person.
Yeah.
Because they know that it would be a warrant to knock them out right then and there.
Okay. So I just want to put this video on record. And as you guys are watching this, right? He says if somebody said that to his face, he will knock him out. He will punch him. He will knock him out. Right? Can never say that to his face. But this is the same Myron who goes around and tells, where is that debate with DJ Academics? Hold on. Let me put it up here on my phone. But he's the same Myron who goes around and says, you can't be offended for somebody using a word to antagonize you, a word that you don't like, a word that you find offensive. You can't use that word to turn around and hit someone, physically assault someone. Really, Myron? Really? Like, for real? Myron defends Chud. Yeah, like I tell you guys, these people are crazy. These people are crazy. Just lunatics. I'm telling you. That's why you have to take them with a little bit of caution. Just you gotta take them, like, drink a little bit of, just a little bit of their Kool-Aid. Just don't drink too much of it, especially for you people who have low self-esteem and you find your identity in these red pill movements, when there's literally nothing wrong with you as a man, but you are looking for an identity in another man. And so you live your entire life subscribing to some dude who remotely doesn't even halfway believe in what they say. But you know what? Because maybe you have father issues or whatever, you feel like, this is guy, this is my guy. He speaks my language, he speaks the truth. But all they do is just flip-flop. And they cater to the audience. Whatever people are looking for in that moment, that's what they're going to give them. So right now, he's pivoting. He knows that most people are looking for a reaction, right? Like, what's gonna get him more views? For him to side with Chud the Builder, or for him to be on the opposing side? He knows that if he's on the opposing side, he's going to get a lot of people angry, a lot of people talking, and so he's going to do that, just rage baiting. That gets him more clicks, more views, more money at that point. And then you are going to be talking about him like I am right now. It actually works. But the only reason I'm putting this up is to show you how just how much they lie. They lie to your faces. So you just seen that clip where he's talking about, if somebody says that to his face, he's gonna punch him. Okay? But then we're gonna play these clips here, or this clip here, and let's see what else Myron had to say about the use of words.
That happened. Well, self-defense is not utilizing deadly force, right? Like, I think deadly force, like, is defined by all 50 states, but even federally is like, if someone slaps you, it has to reach. So and this is the important distinction. I think a lot of people who like Chud or maybe support it in theory what he was doing, because he kept saying things like, hey, this is my First Amendment right, free speech. A lot of people didn't correct him in saying that, hey, listen, brother, you better go get a black belt or learn to squabble up, because what happens is if someone spits on you, you can't shoot them. If someone knocks your hat off, you can't execute them. So even if I'm going with what you said, yes, I believe he was defending himself, but when you defend yourself, that's you fighting back. So it wouldn't be an assault charge if he had punched the guy back in the mouth or even beat the shit out of him. But when you grab a gun, and then that was, by the way, it's in his intent. He said it multiple times. Hey, I'm leaving a chimp's brain on the pavement. He's not saying that I hope no one threatens my life. He says these altercations where at times people are not even saying, I'm going to kill you. There's nothing that establishes, and you know, you're a former law enforcement agent, so you know better than me. There's nothing that he could, articulate that says, hey, I am in fear of my life. Someone punching you in the mouth is not in fear of your life. He didn't say that. I heard that audio where he was telling the cop. He never said, oh, the guy was trying to grab my gun. He didn't say, hey, I'm about to shoot you with my gun. Basically, trust me, I know you walk around with a gun, I walk around with a gun. There's a lot of Americans that walk around using and establishing their Second Amendment right, the right to bear arms. Whether it's concealed or towards almost slap you, you can't shoot them and get away with it. I think he had a severe, that's legal. So I'm not saying, I'm spun.
Let's switch Chud out. Let's say it's a 5'2" girl, same exact fact pattern. Can she shoot him?
After one punch, I would say no. I mean, it would be heavily debated though, with the jury, I can imagine. Heavily debated. Okay. Right? Like, if it's like, oh, this has been my abuser, there's some history there, I'm really scared, yes. In Chud's case, that's a tough sell. And again, here's my thing. He's been going around citing these, my First Amendment, my Second Amendment, but so you're going to roll the die on people thinking that your frame of mind was that you're scared or you thought your life was in danger when you're online saying for months, I'm going to leave a chimp's brain on the pavement, and he said it was a season finale. Like, all these things, these things are not going to get.
I believe one punch doesn't constitute as justification for deadly force.
Yeah.
Fair. Then I asked you, well, what if it was a 5'1" woman and this dude punched her?
It'd be a better case.
Shooting him?
Be a better case.
Okay, I think this is not the video that I'm looking for. The video that I need right now to play is this here. It's in my bookmarks, actually. I want the video where he is actually talking about, where he's talking about using words. 1 second. That's the video I'm more interested in.
You can absolutely justify shooting them based on the context. Yes. One punch can justify deadly force, bro. What?
I'm not saying it can't. Hold on. You see, but you're arguing. I keep saying, when you say that, you're arguing 15%. If someone punches you,
Hold on. Okay. This is gonna be okay. This is the video I'm looking for right here. Let's play this video because once again, I just want you guys to see how these people flip-flop. Mind you,
everybody says, bro.
No.
Keep in mind, like I said, Myron said he would punch someone if they said something to disrespect him. Okay, so I just want you to keep that in mind. Okay.
I'm gonna jump out and punch them. I'm like, bro, this is why people are tired of niggas, bro. I gotta keep it 1,000. This is why people are tired of blacks.
No, but Myron, you don't
give it accountability. Imagine a world where saying, hey, you gotta jump out.
Myron, hold on.
What?
Myron, I'm gonna tell you what world that is. The world is every time I watch.
Rewind this. Hold on. Rewind this. Okay, let's go.
Oh, are you saying black people can't have accountability, bro? If you say chimp out, they're gonna hit you. Like, come on, bro. Like, you're perpetuating the stereotypes of everybody says, bro.
No,
I'm gonna chimp out and punch them. I'm like, bro, this is why people are tired of niggas, bro. I gotta keep it 1,000. This is why people are tired of blacks.
No, but Myron, you don't
give it accountability. Imagine a world where saying, hey, you gonna chimp out.
Myron, hold on.
What?
Myron, I'm gonna tell you what world that is. The world is every time I watch Sneeko, he's like, everybody hold hands, let's come together, let's pray to Allah, this and third. And then I looked over Israel, they put his face on a bomb. Okay, so in the real world, I haven't seen Sneeko do nothing to nobody, but they'll put his face on a bomb and drop it on a city. That's way less than some guy saying a word and getting punched in the face. Yes, when you have words, even if it's not violent, other people meet those words. If they feel what you're saying is violent or disrespectful or offensive, they meet that with violence. Okay, it's not black people. Because let me ask you a question: do you think what that black guy did to Chud? I didn't know Israel was putting Sneeko's name on bombs. What do you think is worse? So when you say that only black people do that, it looks like other people do it too. I think I could Google it. They put Sneeko's name on a bomb, and Sneeko I've never seen him physically harm anybody that's Jewish. But you know why? He got the rhetoric that they don't like. It's offensive to them. And in their response to that offense is not by saying, you know what, we're mature. They're saying, put his name on a bomb and let's go kill some people. That's true, right?
They put my name on a bomb too.
They think the same about you. That's what I'm saying. So what I'm saying is that you're saying it's only black people that are triggered to violence. Well, what about the Jewish people that you have rhetoric that don't go along with them? They put y'all names on bombs and inflict violence with it. It's not just black people. It's everybody when it comes to offense. People just think that black people are pussy and they should not be able to do anything when they're offended. But when you offend Jewish people, your name is a bomb.
Okay, so
Right?
let me get this straight. Are you comparing a self-defense case to a geopolitical quagmire in the Middle East?
It doesn't start.
It's about the feelings. Either you feel offended or you don't. And then if you are offended, you're going to respond. That's it. That's the comparison. Are you offended or not? And when you get offended, what is your reaction? That's it. That's what we're comparing, Myron. Like, it's not that complicated. So once again, guys, you are watching this in real time where Myron is saying this is why people are so tired of black people, of the N-words. This is why people are so tired of N-words. Because just over a word and then they're crying out. They're just jumping out over a word. Like, okay, Myron, I get your point, Myron. I 100% get your point. Yeah, just over words. But the only thing I'm saying is
it would be a warning.
you need to be consistent in what you're saying and the things that you believe in. That's all. I like men who are consistent. I have a lot of respect to men who are consistent in their messaging, in the things that they stand for. That's who I like.
Talking about haram this, haram that. You're account for that.
Look out for that.
Bitch ass shit that if they had told me this shit in person, I'll fucking punch them. Call me Murtad to my face, I'll fucking knock you out. Extremely disrespectful shit that they would never fucking say to me in person, ever. Because I know that it would be a warrant to knock them out right then and there. Talking about haram this.
Oh man, like, I'm telling you guys, and you guys, some of you guys will pay like, how much was it? Like $3,000 just to go and party with these guys. Like, you pay for courses to go and learn something from these guys. Literally, like, they don't even have a base on anything. They're not grounded in anything. They're just grounded in literally just grifting. Whatever the market requires is what they're gonna do. That's it. That's it. Okay, that's it. It's oh man, it's just so pathetic, very pathetic. Let me see. I think there is another video that I wanted to play concerning this, and maybe we'll switch the topic. So yeah, I don't understand. Like, I just don't get it. I really don't. But hey, you know what? Whatever makes the day go by. Okay, so yeah, it's just interesting to me, honestly. Somebody said freedom of speech is everything. Somebody play. Hold on. You guys are hilarious. Like, you guys are really, really hilarious. This is a response that somebody has just. This is a comment that somebody has just posted under this live.
Freedom of speech.
You guys. Oh man, oh yeah, you guys are everything. I'm telling you. Oh man, this X is
Freedom of speech is the bedrock of a free society, fam. Here you go, little niglet. Have some watermelon. Freedom of speech.
hey, I'm telling you, that's gonna be one healthy baby. That's very healthy. Like, what are you talking about? A watermelon? Why would you turn down a watermelon? Like, what? Oh, at least the baby's never gonna go hungry. See, I like when people actually care for society. That baby's gonna grow up healthy. You are teaching a child, a baby, to eat healthy and understand that, you know what, fruits are very important, and all the nutrients that come from the fruits are very, very good to eat. See, what was meant for evil, we can actually turn it for good. What are you talking about? You guys, this is not hateful. I like this. We need to care for one another. All right? I'm just saying, we need to care for one another. Okay. I like that. Yeah. More watermelons, that's a win.
Freedom of speech.
Oh man, there is so much hate in this world that I can't understand why anybody would want to be on the opposite side of just being right, you know. But if you look at how people act on X versus how people act in real life, it's totally different. And just online. So whether you're talking about Kick, whether you're talking about X, a lot of people hide behind the wall, and they will pay someone to be like their champion and become their hero. And this is what you see a lot with the whole Chud the Builder. And then there's another clip that I'm about to play for a guy who's now going around antagonizing Jews. Now that's a whole different thing, okay? So once again, it's like you are going to get what you are looking for, what you are asking for. There is always going to be that one person who doesn't agree with your nonsense. But you have to remember, you have been asking for it, okay? So most people don't have the guts, especially today's time and age. Let me tell you something. I have done door-to-door sales. That is one of the hardest things to do. First of all, from a standpoint of a salesperson, that is literally one of the hardest things to do. Going to somebody's property, somebody's house, they're not expecting you. You just show up at somebody's house and you knock on somebody's door. You're trying to get them to buy your product. So you have to learn how to read people. You need to understand human psychology if you want to be a very, very good salesperson. That's it. Like, you have to understand people. You have to understand the weak points. You have to understand the things that excite them. You have to understand the trigger points, the frustrations that people will have with you showing up at their house. And you need to understand also how to counter those things, right? If somebody's angry, you need to understand how to counter that so that you can turn them into a buyer. Not everybody's going to buy from you. It's just part of the system. It's part of the sales, right? So when you understand that, you see how many men, especially for men, how many men can never, and I'm talking about, I've seen men who have been in the military. I've seen men who have had corporate jobs. I've seen men from all walks of lives cannot take on a door-to-door sales job. What's my point of bringing up this? There is a lot of people who don't have tough skin anymore. They can't take a no. I have seen people having a meltdown simply because somebody said no to them a few times in a week, and they just can't take it anymore because it's commission-based. They have no idea how they're going to pay the bills. Life is so hard. And these men, they will just crumble, they'll shrink under pressure. It's like they're being submerged underwater. They just can't take it anymore. Oh my gosh, it's so hard out here. I just can't. And so when they see somebody like a Chud getting up for them, for the things that they believe in, and they can pay someone, they can fund that person to speak for them, to represent them. Oh, it's a win. They feel emboldened, even though they cannot do it, but they are living an experience through someone, through somebody else. Okay, so they're going to crown that person a king. They're going to crown that person a king. That person is everything, means everything to them. And so once you take down the king, you know it's game over, checkmate. I play chess, you know exactly. If you play chess, you know. The king is the piece. Like, it doesn't matter. You can have the entire kingdom. You can have the ponies, the knights, the kings, the queens, the castles. Like, it doesn't matter. As long as you checkmate the king, the kingdom is done. There is no more kingdom. The king cannot go anywhere. Checkmate. The kingdom is destroyed. So this is why a lot of people having are living through, you know, like they're living their experience through Chud, and they will do anything possible to donate the money to see him set free. And some people believe that he is anointed by God. How people come to that conclusion, I really don't know. I don't know how any normal person, a Christian, can come to the conclusion to say, Chud is actually anointed by God and he represents God. Like, what? Huh? Who? You mean the devil, like Satan? Oh, absolutely. I agree with you. But not Jesus Christ. No, Jesus doesn't endorse that nonsense. I don't even speak on behalf of Jesus, but on behalf of Jesus, we reject that. Like, I rebuke you, devil, in the name of Jesus. Jesus doesn't endorse that. Hate? Like, what are you talking about? Like, the Lord gave me a voice. What voice? No, the demons did. You were given a voice by the demons. Even your own church rejected you. That's how you know that you are not anointed by God. Your own church rejected you. Going around using a cross whenever he got fired, in which he lied in his donation campaign to say he got fired because of some jokes that he made online. He got fired because of some jokes that he made online. And so during the Black Lives Matter movement, he got fired. But he was driving and he got into an argument. He said the N-word, put out a cross, put it up against the black girl that he was road raging with. That video went viral and he got fired. It's not what he said, that he made a few jokes online. That's not what happened. So he lied to you. So once again, he's lying to you to say the reason he was fired is because of the jokes he was making online. And then you start donating money. But he actually started this like way back. When was that? Like 2022? And you guys are just funding, which is okay. Like, you can spend your money however you want. Listen, I'm not going to tell you what to do with your money. Spend your money however you want to spend it. Okay? I don't care. Like, it doesn't bother me at all. So you can do whatever you want. But I'm just saying, like, if you believe somebody who is lying to you and then you want to donate to that person, that's fine. Absolutely. Spend your money to your cause. Do whatever you want with your dollars. Yeah, your dollars, your dollars. Your dollars are your dollars. You got to spend them however you want. But this is why, when you understand how humans think, who don't have the guts to do anything remotely to what Chud has been doing, once they see a Chud come up, it's like, oh man, yeah, this is a wolf in twilight right here. That's my kind of guy. Everything that I feel inside is being expressed through that guy. I'm going to pay that guy to do a little bit more. Yeah. So people do it. People spend their money, and here we are. It is what it is. That's how people choose to live. That's how people want to spend their money. But then there is another guy who goes around. I don't know so much about this dude. I don't know if it's like, if this is new that he just started doing, if this is the content that he makes all the time. But hey, we got another one. And these people are asking for it. They just are asking for it. He's wearing a t-shirt says whites against replacement. White people, tell me, answer me this. Do you think you are being replaced? And if you are being replaced, why do you think you are being replaced? First of all, you know what? Let me before I even play this video, when you look at this t-shirt that he's wearing, whites against replacement. Why is the white population dropped down? You know what? I can even ask Siri. Hey Siri, has the white people population decreased in the last 20 years?
Here's what I found.
Come on, Siri, I need you to answer me. Has white people's population decreased in the last 20 years? Why is this? Has white people's population decreased in the last 20 years in the United States?
Here's an answer from neassp.org.
Okay, I guess he doesn't want to say it out loud. But so the portion of whites in the US population has declined since 1950, falling to 76% in 1990, 69% in 2000, 64% in 2010, and 61 in 2016, the lowest percentage ever recorded in US Census Bureau. So if we're looking at that decline, literally since the 1960s, there is going to be factors that are causing the population of whites to decline. And so for some odd reason, they feel like they are being replaced. Well, just have more babies. Why don't you just have more babies? Like, you are always going to feel like you're being replaced when you are not producing more. Like, you are literally replacing yourself. No one is replacing you. Like, you just replace, you're not producing more. Remember, we have the highest percentage of feminists currently, like now, ever in history. You see all those girls that would go and debate Charlie Kirk. They want to have abortion rights. You know how many babies, white babies, are being aborted? Like, do you understand how many white babies have been aborted? Do you ever watch those videos? Charlie moved from campus to campus, from state to state, debating these people. And majority of the people who were debating him were white people. And they are the ones who were cheering for these abortion rights, whilst white people are over here debating on X about how many or how much black people are destroying the country and all this and all that. And then you go out like this dude, the video I'm about to play, to talk about how everybody else is replacing whites, but then whites are advocating for pro-choice more than any group of people in this country. Yet it's everybody else's fault, like why the white population is declining. And so because a dude like him cannot handle the fact that white women are advocating for pro-choice, they would rather go and blame other people because they can't fix their own mess. Oh, you see how that works? It's always somebody else's fault. Like, it's always somebody else's fault. On behalf of black people, let me just tell you, pro-choice is the worst thing ever. It's the same thing as black people killing each other. Abortion or gangs killing each other, it's the same. Like, you are doing the same thing. But white people don't come out to criticize white women as much as they want to come out and criticize black people killing each other, say black on black crime, when white women are literally advocating to kill unborn children. But that is not being looked at as white on white crime. Oh, because it's medically done, because it's bound with science, and it just sounds so fancy. So we're just not going to call it a crime. We're just not going to call it that. But death is death. Doesn't matter when it happens. So your population goes on decline, but you want to blame everybody else. This is what you get. Whites against replacement. You just procreate. Like, do you understand how you can increase the population? Yeah, just procreate. Incentivize white women to have more babies, and then you're gonna grow your population. What is stopping you from doing that? What's stopping you from doing that? Literally nothing. He could have been having kids right now, but he chose to go out and antagonize other people. Just go and have sex and procreate. But you're doing the opposite.
Hey, this guy's Jewish. What's up, man? What's your thoughts about Jew sucking baby penis?
Hey, how about fucking you?
Oh, yeah, Jew?
Excuse me?
I said, oh, yeah, you cross-eyed Jew?
Whether I'm a Jew or not.
You are Jewish. You are Jewish. You are
Disgustingly
Jewish. You're so Jewish and disgusting looking.
You're so Jewish. You're hideous.
Jewish. What's your thoughts about your Jew sucking baby penis?
So I actually...
What? What did he say? What did he say?
You're so Jewish. You're hideous.
Jewish. What's your thoughts about your Jew sucking baby penis?
So I actually...
Oh, yeah?
take care of people.
Okay.
What are you doing?
I'm saying that for white people. The same people, your people are trying to replace it. You're not white.
Hold on. The same people.
The same people, your people are trying to replace it. You're not white. You're Jewish.
You're not white,
You're Jewish. You're Jewish, scum. You got Israel. Go to Israel. Go to Israel. Go to Israel. You cross-eyed Jew. Look at this dysgenic Jew. Look at how dysgenic he is. Look at his cross eyes. Look at his ears. Disgusting pedophile protecting Jew scum.
What's your plan here?
Shut up, Jew. We're going to expel all you Jews back to Israel. Go home.
Hook on that.
110th time. Here's your Jew buddy.
No.
Hey, is this your boyfriend from Grindr?
Nah, I'm not gonna lie. Like whatever he's saying, like this is funny. Like, it's comedy, but it's all like it's not okay, but it's comedy. There is a lot of ignorance that is being expressed in here. That's why I'm laughing at him. I'm laughing at him, but I'm also laughing at what he's saying, because it's like part of it is funny, but it's still embedded in ignorance.
2 gay Jews here have arrived. Why don't you leave our country, Jew?
Your country?
Yeah, we built this country. Europeans, not you filthy Jews. Why did Henry Ford write a book called, you know who Henry Ford is, right? Henry Ford, Model T, familiar?
Nazi.
Oh, Nazi. The inventor of the Ford is a Nazi. Okay. Why did he write a book called The International Jew, warning us about your scummy people?
I don't know why he did what he did.
You're Jewish scum. I don't debate with scummy Jews.
Hold on, you don't debate them, but then you are following them? Like, what?
Look at you creepy Jew getting all sweaty. Filthy, sweaty Jew. You smell like penis blood. That's what you smell like.
So sick of seeing
You're disgusting.
How did you know how that blood smells? You should have, you must have tasted it for you to know exactly how it smells. Like, and how do you even produce blood out of your penis? That what?
pedophile. Shut up. What? Say it again. Yeah, say it again. Yeah, shut up, Jew, you scumbag. Your Holocaust is fake, you fucking piece of shit, Jew. Your Holocaust is fake, scumbag Jew.
My Holocaust?
Yeah, your fake Holocaust.
Your friend.
Your fake Holocaust. Why is it illegal to question in 18 countries? Why is it illegal to question 18 countries, filthy Jew? Answer the question, you filthy Jew. You started the engagement, you retards. Yeah, you too, scumbags. Yeah, shut up, Jew. My question is, when are you going home? Shut up, Jew.
Okay, guys. So that's another one right there. That is another person, and it's just gonna keep going from there. Like it's just gonna keep going. You know, I mean, why stop now? Just why should anyone stop? There is no reason. There is no reason to stop. Just take it down to the floor, and on we go. So yeah. Hey, Chud did his thing. I don't know this guy. I don't know how long he's been doing his content. Let me actually click on his page. I don't know how long he's been doing his content like that. Like looking for people and antagonizing people like that, or debating people, if that's what he wants to call it. I don't know. But yeah. It's crazy with the people. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I don't see another video from his channel. But anyways, yeah. It's gonna keep on going. It never stops, and it's like, what's the meaning of all this? Some people feel like the civilization of white people is coming to an end. Their rights are being taken away from them. And some people believe that whites are just becoming the victims, which is crazy because whites used to oppose the Democrats so much, or the liberals, when it comes to being crybabies, a lot before this election. It's like, oh, grow some skin, grow a muscle. Like when the liberals would literally cancel every single person. It's like, oh yeah, grow skin, whatever. And then now you see white people, even though they're vying for freedom of speech and crying, say, oh, it's freedom of speech, we can say whatever we want, this and that. But then you see the leadership, like from the administration, literally silencing people for saying anything remotely negative that they don't like. The one guy who made a comment about Charlie being jailed, he was jailed, sent to jail. He won like 800,000 for speaking out, right? For freedom of speech. And since the administration didn't like that, yeah, he was arrested, sent him to jail. He won like 800,000. Just cash. So even as much as people are trying to say, it's freedom of speech, what's going on, what's happening, we should be allowed to say anything that we want. It's like, but look at what your administration is doing. The administration that you voted in, they are silencing everybody else from speaking out against them. They're silencing people from expressing themselves, arresting people. I mean, it's going on. It's not like a lie. If you don't believe, just go and Google. I mean, it's that easy. They were threatening people who would say anything against Charlie Kirk because he was shot and people couldn't react. People were threatened to be deported, to be fired from jobs. I mean, it's out there on the internet. But then you want to cry and say, it's just freedom of speech to say one word. It's like, so you're telling me, white people, you are telling me that your strength and your freedom to express yourself is tied into using the N-word? Like once you say the N word, then you have reached the highest form of cultivation. Yeah, like you've reached the highest form of cultivation. Now you've unlocked your inner abilities to take on the world. It's like, what is this? How you connect with your ancestors now? Like, is this the highest calling? Is for you to be able to say the N word, and now all of a sudden the ancestors uh, give you a blessing, and now you can rule, you can take on the world. Like, if you don't say the N word, for some reason you are just limited, you feel bound, you're shackled, you don't have any civilization, you just bound. Your freedom has been taken away because you can't use the N word. Like, why is the N word so important to you? When you have the freedom to say anything that you want, but you limit your potential, you limit your power literally to one word. What? Like, why do you have to be that shallow minded? I'm not saying this to all white people, because not all white people believe that. I'm talking to white people who believe in the use of N word as a way to express themselves, like Chud the Builder. So you limit your potential, your whiteness, to using the N word. And if you can't use the N word, then you don't have freedom. And so you dedicate your entire life to going around proving that you have freedom of speech because you can use the N word. That makes you a slave. You are actually a slave to the N word. You just don't know it. Because you have the potential to say anything and do anything that you want, but you dedicate your life to literally one word and one group of people. You go around antagonizing Black people. That's the life that you choose. That's your life path. So you must feel threatened if you have to prove yourself to someone. You must feel threatened in order for you to prove yourself to someone, because you are going to Black people to go and prove yourself. I can do this. Well, Black people are not coming to you asking you if you can or you cannot. Nobody cares nobody cares. But you're walking around on a daily, every single day, to go and prove yourself that you can. Who cares? But you care so much because you feel threatened. You feel like you don't have freedom. And as long as you can say it without any consequences, without anyone responding, you expect everybody to say, yes, sir, yes, daddy. And now you have arrived. Unfortunately, this is not the world that we live in. This is not the world that we live in. Not everybody's going to like you simply because of how you look. Not everybody's going to look at me and find me attractive. Not everybody's going to look at me and find me pleasing just to look at. I am going to look at somebody and I'm probably going to be biased at how they look as well. I'm going to question, like, why you got freckles on your face? Like, why, you got a crooked eye? Like, it's the world that we live in. So we need to also adjust to reality. Not everybody's going to like what you say. And you might not even be saying the wrong stuff. Like, you could be saying the most positive thing, and not everyone is going to like it at all. Hey, I seen a dude who was poisoned, except, well, they put poison in his food. The one big dude that does the dancing, and then he does, like, eats the food. Well, he was hired by this Korean guy who owns a restaurant to go and promote his restaurant. Except when the guy made sushi, I guess he put in like some toxic fish, which was raw. And he said he wanted the guy, the influencer, to eat that fish so he can die. This just happened a few days ago. So he can die simply because he didn't like the fact that he was big and he was dancing whilst, doing the promotion for brands, for restaurants. Like, he shouldn't do that. The Korean dude didn't like that. And he made the right decision by telling some other people who worked for him, because those same people reported actually to the police, and they found the fish hidden in the sushi. The dude's been arrested. My point is, not everybody's going to like you, even when you're not doing anything to harm them. So if you think you're going to ever live in a society where you can just say anything that you want, even for you white people who are supporting Chud, if you are walking down with your family, you got your wife, or maybe if you are a man, maybe you got your husband, if you live your life like that. But yeah, so let's say you have your wife and your kids, you're minding your business, just walking down, enjoying your time downtown, at a park, at a farmer's market, enjoying your day, you're having ice cream, wherever you may be. And then some random dude just walks up and starts degrading your wife, calling her all sorts of words, the B word, disrespecting your kids, calling your kids all sorts of words. And then you feel emotions. You get outraged. You like, I just wish I can do something. I can drop this person right now. And then somebody tells you, say, hey, don't you dare act on your feelings. Don't you dare. Listen, if you act on your feelings, I'm going to draw my gun and I'm going to shoot you for acting on your feelings. I have the right to disrespect you, but you don't have the right to do anything or to say, like, listen, I can disrespect your wife all I want. You can do anything about it. Oh, okay. So it's like that. Well, this is not the world that men, so once again, men, this is not the world that men used to live in. Leave your gun behind, and then why don't you squabble up, like, right? Because if you're going to stand in a man's face and disrespect them, like, why are you becoming so soft that you can take a punch and then hit back, right? This is how men used to square up. So, like, you're not even a man at this point. You just be hiding behind a weapon, like hiding behind a gun. You're become too soft, way too soft to say you can just walk around and say anything that you want, and then like you can't even fight. That's exactly what it is. It's because you can't fight. So you are scared that somebody's going to hit you because you can't fight. So you keep your pepper spray and you keep your gun because you're a scared little boy. Yeah, that's exactly what it is. I got a better draw than you, cowboy. Whoa, that's exactly what he was doing. It's like, so you can't really fight. Oh, okay, that's exactly what it is. It's never been about freedom of speech, but you who support this nonsense, you're just too brainwashed to see it. Well, the season finale is going to be once they start dropping you who support this nonsense, because you are baiting the world into a civil war, the country into getting into a civil war, and that's what you want the season finale to be. You're probably gonna get it. You probably will get it. All right, guys, I'm off here. I am off here. I'll be back tomorrow. Okay, be back tomorrow. Catch me on YouTube as well. You see this logo right here on the right side of my screen, this perspective. Go and subscribe to my YouTube. If you feel some type of way, you want to debate, you want to have a conversation, you can feel free to inbox me and we can have a conversation live on X, on YouTube, whatever you want to do. Let's go. I will see you guys tomorrow.